I admittedly still make a lot of mistakes with content marketing, and you're probably making the same ones as well. Hello, my name is David Spark, and welcome to Content Marketing Tips. So let's just get into it. 16 of the biggest content marketing mistakes we're still making and we should avoid. Number 1, let's just publish it and hope something eventually happens. You gotta measure your content. You gotta measure what you're doing and then actually have a follow-up plan. People rarely do that. Shorter is always better, right? I deal with this all the time. Clients are constantly saying, oh, you gotta make it shorter, gotta make it shorter. People have short attention spans. People with short attention spans are never ever going to become your customers. Look, data shows it's not true. Long form content ranks really, really high and converts really well. Number 3, content marketing mistake. My content takes off by itself. I don't need to pay for promotion. Yes, there was a time that was true. Guess what? Not true anymore. Everyone's creating content. There's tons of it out there. You must pay for some type of distribution. Number 4, create it, publish it, and then just forget about it. This is really common. You create a piece of content and then just move on to the next one. Well, if you've been doing it a lot, you probably have an amazing library. So index your existing content and search it before you begin any new content project. Number 5, content marketing mistake is everyone will enjoy this post that's not for everyone. Okay, I know this logic is going to sound reversed, but you will actually get more people to consume your content if you narrow the focus of that piece of content. Because it's going to speak to the audience. That's why it works so well. Number 6, create targeted content off of incomplete direction. Sadly, this happens all the time. Client just wants to see something, but they won't tell you what they want. If you go ahead and create it, no one's going to be happy. It's your job as a journalist to just keep plying them and asking questions as to what they want. Number 7, come on everybody, you're all invited to collaborate on this Google document. Too many cooks in the kitchen, never works out well. One editor, you can have tons of multiple ideas, but just one editor, not the other way around. Number 8, my audience loves everything I do. Stop assuming you know your audience. Even if that's you work in that market, you always have to verify the consumer, especially when you're creating content that's deeper into the funnel. Now, content marketing mistake number 9, before we get into what you want, a moment of my brilliance. You're gonna think that you have a great joke or a great story to tell and you desperately want to get it in, you gotta shoot the darlings. Old industry term, it applies here. Number 10, content marketing mistake. I said no content without product. In traditional marketing, this is true. You can't market without product, but in content marketing, you can. And in fact, it's extraordinarily valuable. That kind of feedback will give you the information you need for product development. You can do content marketing to build brand and also just to gauge the audience's interest. Number 11, new idea, new process, don't repeat. This is really, really common. One-off campaigns. Don't do this to yourself. Figure out what the whole process is going to be. Here's a great idea. When you're writing the contract with a customer, ask for the customer story up front in the contract rather than after the fact, because that takes forever to get agreement and you might not get it. Number 12, this case study will be epic in length. Yes, I was promoting long form, but guess what? Everything still needs to be edited, even long form, and often, sometimes that content can be explained in a much shorter format. Number 13, if you don't have time to review it, don't sweat it. I don't care how brilliant the writer is of the article, everything needs to be edited. Number 14, email address first before you see anything. Do not gatekeep top of the funnel content. That is a recipe for no one will see it. Number 15, now that's done, what should my next piece of content be? Similar to the one-off problem, you gotta have an editorial calendar. If you don't, you'll waste cycles without it. And the last content marketing mistake is a single edit round will be surely enough. If you're creating a big form of content, like a book, which is what I did, you can fall into the horrible vortex of death by 1,000 paper cuts. I published a book and we kept finding tiny mistakes. Each time we found a new mistake, we had to republish the book 4 different formats, in PDF, Kindle, iBook, and print. Don't fall into that trap. Do multiple edit rounds for big content. So it's hard to not still make these mistakes. Here's why. It's easier not to do all these things. It's easier to not have to measure the success of your content efforts. It's easier to just create one piece of content than develop a whole editorial plan for all the pieces that have to come after it. It's easier to write what you want rather than what your audience wants. And it's easier to eliminate or do a minimal review process. Look, don't do this to yourself. You can avoid all these content marketing mistakes. If you got some tips and advice, please leave it in the comments below. And if you like this, please tell your friends, subscribe. I really appreciate you watching Content Marketing Tips.